If you ask me, we should use some of these weapons instead of letting them gather dust.
Might even things up a little.
God knows we could use the help. Sounds like we're getting killed out there. We ain't got the firepower to deal with tanks.
One stuffed bear in a canister of Titan formula, owned by Bane, aka Unknown. We had to let Bane loose after the Arkham City fallout. Guy was messed up anyway. Serious Titan withdrawal. My guess, he's off somewhere getting clean, and he's not going to be happy when he comes back. One vial of Titan formula, one set of wind-up explosive false teeth, one pair of actual X-ray specs, one toy gun loaded with one toy flag, and 5 real bullets. All used by the Joker, no known alias. It's one hell of a toy box. I'm glad no one's gonna play with it again. One black mask worn by Black Mask, aka Roman Sionis. Sionis never really recovered from the night of the Black Gate riots, the night Joker showed up. Roman was an old school gangster. Joker, well, I'm not sure what he was. mask and jacket worn by Anarchy, a.k.a. Lonnie Machin. I wasn't even a cop when this kid tried to hit Gotham. No one's seen him since. No one knows where they're keeping him. I guess the government don't like anarchists too much. One pair of shock gloves, worn by the electrocutioner, a.k.a. Lester Buczynski. Joker hired this guy on the night of the Blackgate riots. And then he killed him. I heard Batman borrowed these for a while before handing them in. I guess he prefers beating up punks the old-fashioned way. One rifle and 2 wrist-mounted guns used by Floyd Lawton, a.k.a. Deadshot. Another guy we had to let go after Arkham City got shut down. Still, that doesn't mean he got his toys back. One Arkham Asylum branded shock collar, worn by Killer Croc, a.k.a. Waylon Jones. We found this thing in the sewers under Arkham City. And that ain't good, because it was supposed to keep that bastard under control. One Arkham Asylum branded shock collar, worn by Killer Croc, a.k.a. 2 ceremonial swords used by Ra's al Ghul. We found these at the bottom of Wonder Tower the night of Protocol 10. No body, though. One Tommy gun, used by Peyton Riley, a.k.a. the ventriloquist. Or maybe the gun belongs to the puppet. I never really understood what's going on there. One ventriloquist dummy, a.k.a. Scarface. This ain't the original Scarface. It's a Joker knockoff. Don't ask me why, but the clown took a liking to these creepy things.
Talia. I'm sorry.
One ceremonial sword owned by Talia al Ghul. Miss al Ghul was a wanted terrorist and an associate of her father, Ra's. But Joker got to her before we did. From what I hear, Batman put this blade to good work after she died. One laughing gas grenade, one snare trap, and one baseball bat. All used by Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a.k.a. Harley Quinn, during a recent assault on the Bloodhaven police station. From what we gather, Scarecrow sent Harley to break out Poison Ivy from the lockup in blood. A selection of body parts belonging to Warren White, a.k.a. the Great White Shark. White got himself sent to Arkham on an insanity plea. He lost a few things other than his mind while there. Made the new look work, though, I gotta say. One freeze ray, used by Mr. Freeze, a.k.a. Victor Freeze. We, had to stop playing with this after the commissioner caught us making ice cream. Freeze has kept quiet since leaving Arkham City. Maybe Batman finally talked some sense into him. One custom-tailored top hat, worn by Jervis Tetch, a.k.a. the Mad Hatter. Guy's mad, all right. He tried to brainwash Batman in Arkham City. He got the Wonderland kicked out of him instead. I hated letting him go. This guy's too creepy to stay free. One custom-tailored top hat, worn by Jervis Tetch, a.k.a. the Mad Hatter. Guy's mad, all right. He tried to brainwash Batman in Arkham City. He got the Wonderland kicked out of him instead. I hated letting him go. This guy's too creepy to stay free. One electric charge gun used by Batman, a.k.a. We don't like to ask. Batman dropped this here with the rest of the Arkham City evidence. Nice to have some of Batman's gear in the evidence room. Hope he doesn't ask for it back.
Never seen him up close before. We've got your back in here, Batman. All of us. Owens from the diner probably wants you dead, but everyone else, Team Batman.
Gordon's crazy going out there.
You really think you're gonna convince him to stay? This city's his home, where he raised his family. He'd die for that.
Just us left defending the whole of Gotham against the frickin' army. Oh, and as if that wasn't enough, whatever Scarecrow's cooking up.
You know, as long as that symbol's in the sky, there's still hope.
We don't have time. Go in pairs. Watch your backs. If you spot something, call it in.
One more time so we're clear. Priority 1. We're here to save lives. And it starts with the lives of your fellow officers right here at this precinct. I want a minimum of 4 guys on the roof at all times and a 6-man element patrolling the perimeter. We keep this building locked down. The only people who get in or out are our guys.
What's Rafferty's squad doing? I told him to wait, damn it. We need to be smart. We can't afford to lose any more men. Tell him to get his ass back here now. That's an order.
Yep, poor bastard. He ain't gonna be able to live with himself when he finds out what he did in that diner.
He's gonna lose his badge for sure.
Owens is a good cop, lives for the job. He don't deserve this.
No.
Paramedics say there's nothing we can do for him. Just pray.
Stop!
I've known the guy for years. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Seeing him like this, it ain't fair.
You should hear some of the stuff he's saying. Sounds like he's dying in there. Anyone figured out whether this is contagious? Maybe we should stick him in the cell with Ivy.
October 15th. Still no sign of the preacher. No records, nothing.
What are you doing here, Ryder?
Hey, how's my favorite masked vigilante? One of those nights, huh?
You shouldn't be in the city.
Bet you're wondering about the tape. I'll let you in on the action, if you promise to keep me in the loop. What do you say?
It's not safe. You should have left with the evacuation.
And missed the biggest story of the year? Hell, the century. This is it. My chance to get back on top. Quid pro quo, Batman. What's the latest on Scarecrow? Any leads?
Stay out of trouble.
Hey, I try. Trouble always finds me.
Tape 8, October 15th. Still no... sign of the preacher. No records, nothing. Something tells me he won't stay hidden for long.
For the Lord hath designed a most cruel and dark place. Yes, he has. It's where we put the heathen, the guilty men and women in his pavilion of pain, where lakes of fire burn and hot coals...
Those cops told me that guy out there in the cell is the one from Scarecrow's attack on the diner. Man, that's a whole lot of crazy.
Gotham's days are numbered.
I've been wanting to ask you about Joker for months. So, what's it like, him being dead? Gotta feel pretty good. This is your happy face, right? Did you kill him? No one would blame you if you did. Kinda surprised you didn't do it sooner. I mean, if you did do it. You seen Vale? I heard she's around somewhere. Nothing for old Jack to worry about. Just so you know, despite what the report found, I never hacked anyone's phone. Not deliberately. Those cops told me that guy out there in the cell is the one from Scarecrow's attack on the diner. Man, that's a whole lot of crazy. I've been wanting to ask you about Joker for months. So, what's it like, him being dead? Gotta feel pretty good. This is your happy face, right?
guess Scarecrow gave you the slip. You broke my wrist for nothing! He's got plans for you, Batman. You and all your friends. Tonight's the night we finally break the bat. They'll get me out of here. And when they do, I'll be coming for you, Batman. Are you just gonna stand there and take it?
I just keep waiting for something bad to happen. And then I realize it already has. Even when we were loading the evacuation buses, I thought something could be worked out. A deal, a ransom, anything. But that's not Scarecrow, is it? He can't be reasoned with. I just keep waiting for something bad to happen. And then I realize it already has. Even when we were loading the evacuation buses, I thought something could be worked out. A deal, a ransom, anything. But that's not Scarecrow, is it? He can't be reasoned with.
I've never seen anything like this, man. Even Gordon looks worried. Nothing scares that guy.
It was too quiet for too long. They were planning it, biding their time.
That's all we've been hearing on the news is how great Gotham is. Gotham is cured, zero crime.
What did we all do? We lapped it up. We should have known better. Gotham's as sick as it ever was.
Batman, we're not doing too good in here. It don't look it, but we're the lucky ones.
Bobby, they pulled him from the car. He was screaming. They beat him. The whole crowd cheering. They tore him to pieces like animals. All this needs to be stopped.
Convoy got separated. There's still men out there. God knows where. They could be dead for all I know. Another unit just got attacked. I've got injured officers and civilians en route. We need you back out there, Batman.
I have to get back out there.
You're not going anywhere. You've got a concussion.
They need help.
You won't be helping anyone in your state. You'll get yourself killed.
I left them. My friends.
Listen, you did everything you could. It's not your fault.
Bobby, they pulled him from the car. He was screaming. They beat him. The whole crowd cheering. They tore him to pieces like animals.
Great help we all turned out to be. The lowlives out there must be laughing at us. Oh man, my head. Someone got me real good.
Batman, just want to say it's good to have you on board. You're probably safer than all of us down here put together. But be careful, please. I thought Gotham would be a good place to raise a family. Looks like I was wrong.
I still keep seeing that car coming for us, Batman. I was like a rabbit in the headlights. You know, from what I've been hearing, that car of yours more than evens the odds. And that's without the guns.
This thing's had a serious upgrade.
Air support saw it turn into some kind of tank.
Nice.
Don't get too close. He's here. Back up.
At least we got Ivy locked up. Last thing we need is her out there working her magic. The others might not say it, but thanks. We couldn't do this alone.
What's the lead on that fire crew? We know where one of them is, right? A lot of empty cells back there, Batman. Let's start filling them up.
No way the army's coming in here. The civilians made it out. That's all anyone cares about. Watch your back out there. If we lose you, we're finished. No way the army's coming in here. The civilians made it out. That's all anyone cares about.
You hear about that body we found? I tell you, that ain't no regular murder. Seeing the body messed up like that, it was sickening. I'm just glad we got everyone evacuated in time. Can't imagine an entire city affected by that toxin. It'd tear itself apart.
Good evening, Mr. Wayne. I hope the car's performing to your high expectations.
Actually, Lucius, she's a little sluggish.
I had a feeling you'd say something like that. Give me a few moments, and I'll bring the afterburner function online.
Thanks, Lucius. It was good of you to stay behind.
You want to thank me, Mr. Wayne? Just try not to hurtle off the road. I should have some more upgrades ready soon.
Remnants of Gotham, I have messages for you all. To the vandals who stayed behind to pick the still warm flesh from Gotham's bones, have your fun. You are under my protection. To the cowards quaking behind the police department's walls, you will not be spared. And to Batman, I have already won. Emptied your city with a vial of toxin and a few threatening words. That's how little the safety you provide must work. And when the dawn comes, when Gotham lies in ruins, I turn my gaze to the world beyond. The legend of the Batman will be worth nothing at all.
I got a taste of Scarecrow's fear gas once. I really, really don't want another one. evacuation? Ha! Batman will take care of Scarecrow, and I'll take care of everybody's stuff. Look out! It's the Bat! I heard gas, man. Help. You think we should have evacuated? Nah. Man, I can't believe how quick they got it. Everyone out of the city, we should make this a regular thing. I wish Joker's Funland was still open. No lines for the Ferris wheel. What's with all the rain? Suddenly Penguin loses.
Why, hello there, Detective. Yes, it's me, your most feared nemesis, the Riddler. Congratulations are in order, for you have arrived early for this, the next generation of my riddles. I'm afraid the full particulars of my plan will have to remain unannounced for the time being, but I see no harm in rewarding the harmless little glimmer of initiative you have shown with a sneak peek, a preview, if you will, of the kind of conundrum I have in store. Well then, Detective, it begins. You are staring, with stupefied incomprehension, at a mechanism I have calibrated to respond to an extremely precise radar pulse. In a moment, I will give you the decrypted code, Dark Knight. Oh, but first, I think we should run through the ground festivities. Rule the first. You will address me at all times as Riddler, the Riddler, or Mr. Nigma, sir. Otherwise, Detective, I expect your patented brand of churlish silence. Rule the second. All gauntlets, cowl-integrated microphones, and other communications devices, bat-themed or otherwise, are to be switched off prior to the start of the test. Should you be caught using any of these, you will be expelled from the course. Rule the third. The use of purpose-built riddle-solving equipment is strictly prohibited. I am familiar with the contents of your utility belt, Detective, and I will be evaluating any sudden additions over the course of this evening most suspiciously. Rule the fourth. In the event of fire or flood, I will be on hand to guide you to the nearest emergency exit. Assuming, that is, you are not too proud to follow my advice. In that eventuality, we will consider your stubbornly prideful suicide an admission of defeat. Rule the fifth. Do not ask for clues. Rule the sixth. Should I, in my exasperation, choose to provide you with a clue, hint, obliquely meaningful insult, or any other form of assistance, you will not ask for further elucidation, but instead thank me for my kind generosity, whilst adhering to the forms of address outlined in the very first rule. Rule the seventh. Bathroom breaks will be administered on a discretionary basis. Should we find ourselves at a pivotal moment in your arduous journey to self-realization and defeat, I expect you to hold it in. Rule the eighth. Any accidents resulting from my strict enforcement of the seventh rule are to be considered your fault entirely. Rule the ninth. You are required to recite back to me this full list of rules at any moment I request. Again, keeping in mind the naming conventions What? How did you solve tonight's very first riddle? Well done. Well done. Welcome to my racetrack, Detective. You must complete 3 circuits of this gauntlet, finishing each before the time limit expires. Come now, Detective. Let's put that grotesque ego-mobile to the test. Be ready, Dark Knight. There's more to this test than just going vroom, vroom, really fast. Tick-tock, Detective, tick-tock. Shackle motor handle this. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. A quite stunning failure. Would you like to try again, Detective? You'll fail once more. Fail once more. By all means, fail as much as you like. Faster, Dark Knight. You must lead along like the electrical signals in my supercharged brain. Katana sharp mental acuity, near instant reaction time, all marks of a true genius, Batman. Faster, Batman, faster! Tortoise and hare-based allegorical narratives hold no truth here. Detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin.
Disabling the afterburner's failsafe. I need the extra speed.
Synapses keep up with my automatically adjusting course? Don't get too confused. Now, right. Turn around, you dark knucklehead. I'm shocked, Dark Knight. Is that really as fast as it goes? Let's work that undeveloped brain of yours. Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Once more unto the track, Dark Knight. Once more! Do you even know what a racing line is? No. Now pay attention, Detective. Go left. Oh, Detective, what's that I hear? Is it time's winged chariot hurrying near? You're close, Detective. Don't fumble now. Don't fumble now. Hurry up, Detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. A quite stunning failure. Would you like to try again, Detective? You'll fail once more. Fail once more. Care to try again, Dark Knight? Because the timer won't start until you situate yourself at the start of the track. Come on, Detective. It's a linear course. Faster, Batman. Like Hermes. Or if you prefer, that Roman knockoff Mercury. You flipped the car? Perhaps I am in need of a more worthy nemesis. Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Congratulations, Detective. You have defeated me. Seriously, Dark Knight, I'm stunned, humiliated, utterly bested. Time I gave up, I think. Why don't you head on your way? Did you really believe that a challenge designed by me, the Riddler, would be quite so easy? Oh, Dark Knight. You sweet, naive sentinel. Of course it wouldn't. Still, thanks to your unrelenting desire to showboat, I now have several hundred terabytes worth of performance data relating to that latest model of rocket-powered hearse you're driving. Naturally, I shall be using this data to calibrate further challenges and trials. I'll see you soon, Detective. There's a lot more to come.
I'm going to the train yard. Enigma's planning something. He always is.